Good evening, you guys. How are you all doing? Listen. Grab y'all little drinks, grab y'all little seats, and all that good stuff. We get ready to get into some hot topics, and we're also going to talk about everything that is Married to Medicine reunion. We ain't gonna need to really go backwards. Reunion. Let's just rest right there. The reunion. We got Dr. Heavenly Kimes. Period. That's all I got to say. We got Dr. Heavenly Kimes, baby. Everybody's most loved and most hated dentist, baby. She's a whole lot of things to a whole lot of people. But what she is right now is she's here at SpillitBoy TV. Let's go. Dr. Heavenly, welcome to SpillitBoy TV.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing, SpillitBoy?
I am good. So glad to have you back.
Happy to be here.
We got a whole lot of stuff to talk about, so I ain't even gonna play around. We are sitting here watching. It seemed like a short season, but I don't think it's really been that short. But it's just been one thing after the other. So it just kind of didn't seem like we've been here that long. But it's been quite a few weeks. Now we're here at this reunion. 3-part reunions, usually there's always a boring part. That's just to be honest. And that's what I expected this last week. Baby, part 2 was everything. And I have so many questions.
Come on with it. I got you.
Okay, but here's the thing. You know how the YouTube streets go, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want to go ahead and talk about something that's in the YouTube streets. I woke up this morning, and before I made my way out into the world, the first thing I saw on my timeline was you. And I said, wait a minute. And it's a rough one. So I'm not going to get into the whole story. I'm going to get into the storyline, and then I'll let you tell us what you want to tell us about the situation. First thing I saw when I woke up this morning was Dr. Heavenly's son has been arrested for assaulting a police officer.
You know what? I saw that too, because I'm in these YouTube streets too, and it scared the shit out of me, because you never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. I'm like, damn, I got 2 boys. Now, I pretty much could think about which one it would have been, but I called both my boys, and I feel like if you assaulted a police officer, you would be in jail. Now, neither one of these brother Tucker say got no money. So, you know what I mean? They might try to keep some shit from me, but if they did, they would have been in jail. Both my sons are well and fine, and I called them, and I was like, listen, what's going on? Everybody good? So we good. So we good over here. Praise God. Y'all scared the shit out of me with that, because it scared me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I woke up to this morning.
I raised my boys better than that. You don't touch no cop. Like, you don't even argue with a cop. Do what he say and let the mama handle it. That's what I would tell him.
So this was fake news.
I have not had anything about that. I ain't heard nothing about it. I called both my boys as soon as I heard it. You know what I'm saying? And both of them are well and fine.
Lord have mercy. I'm totally happy to hear that.
That was scary. Made my heart pump. When I saw it, I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I hear a whole lot. My man got biracial kids, last name Cam. You know what I'm saying? If it's true, I don't know shit about it. You know what I'm saying? Because my boys is broke as hell. They asked me for money for food. So I know. You know what I'm saying? So God is good.
Well, here's the thing. I figured there was something to it because you didn't call me and cancel.
Well, no, I wouldn't
call me and cancel. So that told me a whole lot. So
but even if it did, I wouldn't have canceled. I'd have just been like, listen, my damn boy, it ain't me here. My damn boy did some stupid shit. That's what I would have said. You know what I'm saying?
Dr. Heavenly, if I see that go up my timeline about one of my boys, I would be distraught.
It scared the shit out of me. But at the end of the day, love is life. Life is love. I love all my children unconditionally, and I would have taken care of it, baby. Trust me, I would have taken care of it.
Okay. And listen, I feel you. I got a brother that he didn't make all the best decisions, and they try to use that against me sometime while I'm on here, and they throw his stuff in my face.
I got a brother that might be, but anyway, keep going. Keep going.
Mine, all I'm gonna do is love mine through it, because that's all I've ever told myself. I don't care what y'all say about my brother. Guess what I feel about him? I love him.
I know that's right. Praise God. We're gonna thank God for everything.
that your boys are safe and this is nothing but fake news, so they could go on and sweep that right on away.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, Boopy.
Okay, well, let's do another one. Let's do
Mm-hmm.
another one. And this was an ugly one. Let's talk about this whole situation that you had when you made your, and I'm not going to say you made a slip up. You made a comment that people didn't care for so much that involved the LGBTQ.
Okay.
And
Right.
I think have we gotten past it? Has everything settled
Yeah, I
out?
think we got past that. It was a dumb mistake. It wasn't even said to be any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I got friends, I got family members. You know what I'm saying? I ain't think nothing about it. What I was trying to say was mixed up. Just like, people say the wrong thing. When I do vlogs like I do, of course you're gonna say things the wrong way. I never meant to embarrass anybody, or not embarrass, but offend anybody. And I apologize for it. That's what I do. I own my shit and I apologize. That's them moving on.
So let me say this to you. Now, you had just left you were just here a little bit before that.
Okay.
So folks were, well, what are you going to say now? Because of course, I got a permanent seat resting up against the rainbow. So I was like, I looked at what was said. I got what you were saying. At no point did I actually feel, or do I feel like you're homophobic. So
no, actually, most of my friends called me. They were actually in full support. They were like, "Heavily, we know your ass." You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't nothing. So I got a lot of gay friends. You know what I'm saying? So it was nothing.
Right. So
and
they're like, "Oh, I know you're going to get on her about it, this, that, and the other." And I said, "No," and I didn't. I didn't do any commentary because I know you stick your head in on me time to time. I didn't do any commentary to tear you up about it. But I said she has to, and this is me being honest. I said she has to get her bumps and her bruises. She made the slip of the tongue. She has to get her bumps and her bruises. So I kind of just sat back, and it didn't get too bad. And from where I sat, I thought you handled yourself pretty good. And again, I know, because I've dealt with you, that
when you make mistakes like that, all you can do is own it, take full accountability, and apologize. That's all you can do. You know what I'm saying? It was a slip up. It was an ignorant mistake, but it was definitely a mistake. It wasn't made to. And when I worded the way I worded it, you could be offensive. Yeah, so I own that completely.
Well, that was. I'm glad, because I just didn't know how. I know what it looks like from where I sit, but I hadn't spoken to you about it, so I didn't know how things were actually going with that. Had it actually gone on and blown on over. Perfect. Okay, so that's enough mess for right now. Now let's go on over here and let's talk about this married to medicine stuff. Oh, real simple. Married to medicine. Let's talk about wardrobe real fast, because I love fashion and stuff like that. That's my thing. When you personally, did you dress yourself? Did you choose your own things, or did you have a stylist that chose the things for you and Dr. Damon?
I had a stylist. Damon did not. He wore a suit he already had. But I had a stylist. However, I picked the dress. But I was trying to do Bridgerton. That's why with the neck thing. But I thought my hair was going to be up, because I pay people and I don't really think too much about it. I have people there, and you know what I'm saying? And I hated that neck thing because I could have easily took it off. But I was thinking like, okay, that may go more with the theme. But when I left out the dressing room, my hair was up. And then Theo, he actually does Sherry Shepherd's hair. So when he came down from Sherry Shepherd, he started combing my hair. And I was like, wait a minute. We was walking out. He was combing my hair. And I was like, well, you know what I mean? But the hair was laid. It just should have been up with that next piece, or just take that shit off. That messed the whole thing up. Other than that, I love my dress. But you couldn't really see the part of the dress because we had the hair. But the hair it wasn't greasy.
No. Well, no. Now,
it wasn't stiff.
In my review, I actually said you had the prettiest hair of everybody up there as far as the quality of the hair and how it was done. And there's no flyaway hairs and all that. You had the prettiest hair. I hated it though because of the covering, and I was having an issue. But
I agree with you on that. And I paid a lot for my dress. I hate when I mess up because I can't get the hair, the makeup, and the outfit together. I am not a fashionista, but I tried. And you know what I'm saying? And whatever. But God is good.
It is what it is. But now I'm going to say this to you, because I had a feeling that Dr. Damon dressed himself. Now, here's the thing. And I think they missed a couple of the men. Don't do my brother Damon like that no more. He got to be, you need to run his stuff through, because they don't do it with the men. You know how they sit down and they make you sit down in your dress to make sure that your dress sits well. It's very important that you ladies dress sit well, that you look comfortable sitting there. You still look pretty sitting there, and the dress is not bunching up on itself, but they don't do it with the men. They don't do it with the men. And that's what happened with Dr. Damon. I saw a picture of Dr. Damon standing up, and he didn't look bad. But once Dr. Damon sat down, his suit didn't sit well. And it was bunching up, and it made him look uncomfortable. And it wasn't just him. It was a couple of men. And I was wondering, I said, did they have a stylist? I don't think they took that time out with the men to make sure that their suits sat well. So just in the future.
I don't think Damon even really gave a damn. I never noticed that. I didn't never notice that. I mean, I think maybe he could have set up straight up, but I really don't think Damon cares enough about it to do that. I think he looked nice. I think he looked beautiful. I think that, you know what I mean? I think my man held it down. I think he did an amazing job, and he the best man sitting there, so it don't even matter.
Speaking
most
of,
educated. What you want? Where you want to go with it?
So you being shady.
I ain't being shady. I'm telling you the damn truth. He work every day. He come home every night.
Do.
What do you want from me? I mean, that's enough right there. Damn his suit.
Okay. Well, keep that in mind. Just going forward, keep that in mind, because that was the only thing. I seen him standing up, and it is a nice suit, but it just don't sit well. So just keep.
I never even noticed that, but okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, speaking of Dr. Damon, I could kind of tell as we got to the end of the season, Dr. Damon wasn't really feeling it for Dr. G. And was that more of just he kind of pissed him off the one time, and he just couldn't really get past it because it looked like Dr. G was still doing bull crap, you know, as a whole?
Yeah.
Or was it really more about the money and the professional part of it, the patience?
It's threefold here. It's threefold. First of all, I told y'all before when he came here, Damon and I both, and we all are guilty of this. We knew what happened in episode 6 about Dr. G and Dr. and Quad.
Right.
And we heard Quad, but we didn't hear her. You know what I'm saying? So in the last year's time, me, Damon, King, and Quad have been hanging out more, right? And the friends validated everything. The next door neighbor validated everything. So we're like, damn, I fucked up by playing any part. But I'm glad Simone said what she said. So y'all see it wasn't just me that brought Greg them there. But I think that when you hear it and you hear from different people, multiple sources, it was different this time because it was like it sat well with us. So automatically Damon was probably feeling some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? From the very beginning. Okay. Secondly, Damon, what happened with me was absolutely wrong. It was wrong. It was wrong. It was something that went bad. Kendra Lamar had me out that bag, and I'm not trying to make a joke out of it, anything like that. I said it and I did it, and I apologized from the very beginning.
Right.
Damon apologized from the very beginning. Right? Y'all only get to see what y'all get to see. So that's that. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But he apologized. But the man kept talking about it. He kept going to everybody else talking about it, and you know, whatever. So Damon had apologized again. By the 5th time, Damon was like, man, what is wrong? Why are you so sensitive about this, man? I apologize. What do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? What do you want me to do? Beat that? What you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? Because what can he do? I got off YouTube, remember? I got off YouTube and I started Patreon. He told me to get off, and I did it. I respect my husband, but he was like, what can I do? Thirdly, as soon as he saw, when Dr. G saw the tweet, what y'all not realizing is this girl had been tweeting about me in my practice multiple times, right? So my whole thing is I saw it and I was like, okay. All right, it's cute. But when she said I'm not respected in the medical community, I woke up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, because I do that, because I pray at that time. And I saw it, and you know how you just respond to shit and not think? So I got up in the morning, I responded to it, right? So then the next day, Dr. G texts, and I put the receipts up there. He texts Damon and says this happened. And then he said, furthermore, and he said, in the same text, I will not be able to see your patients anymore. Now, imagine you, Damon don't lose any money. This is what y'all missing as not being medical professionals. Damon don't lose any money. In fact, it's giving Dr. G money, right? When
Right.
Dr. G first opened his practice, he said, Damon, I don't have any patients here. I don't have nobody around here. You know, Damon is nice. People respect him, and he's a very good clinician. So he very rarely even markets. People just love him just because of who he is, and he loves his patients. So Damon was giving Dr. G patients, but the interesting thing was, I ain't saying the people didn't like Dr. G, but I'm saying they really liked his nurse practitioner, who was a black female, right? It's a
Okay.
young lady, young girl that everybody wanted to see her because she worked with Dr. G. These are hundreds of people, right? So for that statement, Damon feels like the medical part of it shouldn't have ever been, because those patients had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Or do it in such a way that you can give them time to find someone else, because those people really need treatment. You know? And then at the reunion, he made a statement that these people are drug addicts. Yes, Damon does addiction medicine. He does, you know what I'm saying? He does pain, but he does addiction medicine. A lot of those people, it's a trifecta in Roswell, Marietta, and Alpharetta, that there are a lot of blue collar people that go to work every day, and you wouldn't believe it. They're on a drug called um shit, I can't even think of the drug, but it's a lot of different drugs they use, right? But they're functional with it.
Mm-hmm.
But when these people are on drugs, a lot of them are self-medicated, right? So they're doing things, they start maybe out with pain pills, they may start with something else, but they're not getting the treatment they need. So not only do they need to be on a medication to pull them down off the drugs, which Damon does, but
Okay.
they also need to see a psychiatrist at the same time. Now, I don't understand the minutiae of psychiatry. I can't tell you if it's a more difficult patient or not. All I will say is that Damon had been referring to that lady for years. Years. And so in that same text, he was like, I can't see your patient. Then he gets on stage and says, no, that ain't what it was. I didn't have a bandwidth. I couldn't stand it, so I just posted the receipts. I just did. I did it. And Damon don't even know, really. Me and him got the same Apple ID. So all I did was screenshot it. It was easy to find because Damon hasn't really texted him since then. So it was like 3 texts up, and I screenshot it and put it out there.
So it was a lot. It was a buildup. It was just a
Yes.
buildup.
Yes, it was
And
a
because
buildup. I
you
think
can see
Damon was
it.
feeling some kind of way about how he treated Quad. I think he was feeling some kind of way of how he talked to his wife, because when we're out there on the beach, it was a lot more than y'all saw. And I'm saying everybody, not just Sweet Tea that gets a good edit for pushing Simone, or Dr. G not showing really what happened. A lot of people get good edits. Phaedra got a great edit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets good edits. Everything is watered down, but we see what goes on.
Right.
So
If you're
Damon
there,
over
yeah.
time just lost total respect for the man. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? And then he felt like, which I get what y'all saying, you never know what a man does, but Damon felt like he co-signed the cheating part. You know what I'm saying? Damon
Right.
takes his integrity very, very close to heart. He don't watch the show. He not on social media, so all the shit y'all say, he don't see it. But what I'm saying is, he feels like a woman can say it, but if a man gonna make some shit up or back up some shit that he feels is a lie, then why say that? You know what I'm saying? And that's how he's feeling, you know, right, wrong, and different. I'm gonna stand with
Right.
my man.
Yeah, male or female, it's very hard to sit and somebody tell a lie on you, and somebody who is cool with you knows that it's a lie and they don't say anything.
Well,
So
Damon
that's
said
not a
they've been
male
in
or
different
female thing. That's
situations
just
where, you know,
human.
women have approached both of them, and one of them did the right thing, the other one didn't. So, you know what I'm saying? And y'all know the stories behind
I
Dr. G and
remember that.
everything. It went to the radio. So I don't even have to rehash that stuff. But you got to think, though, people that act a certain way think other people are the same way. So, you know what I mean? You can't fault Dr. G for how he feels about people. He does not know what Damon does. He can't know. How would he know? I don't know everything my man does. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what my kids do. That's why when this shit came out, they scared the shit out of me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You don't know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, speaking of, let's just transition right on over into what we don't see everything, because we've seen a whole lot this past Sunday when we got the whole backstage thing with Quad and Simone. And I'm going to tell you what came to mind first for me when I seen it, and I was listening to what Simone was saying to Quad. I was sitting here in the same spot, Dr. Everly, and I said, oh my God. Because I just could not grasp, why is Simone having such a hard time moving on? And it seems she got so triggered when Curtis big up Quad for how she executed strength and grace last year, dealing with watching her ex and his current right there in her face. And she didn't like flip out or act real stupid. And then now they're having such a problem with her and her man. And it's like this, this constant thing. And when Curtis co-signed that Quad had done a really good job, that seemed like that just triggered Simone. Now, and I thought about, I said, I'm sure ask Heavenly, what did I miss? Or did it literally happen just like that?
You know what? People have asked me that, and I talked about this on my YouTube channel. Honestly, I'm trying to stay out of it. However, I don't know. I don't know what triggered Simone that bad. I really don't. It did not make sense to me. It went, like, I can explain to you what happened with me and Contessa. I can explain to you why I said the things that I said and the things she said. I can tell you that. I don't freaking know. I don't know why it got so escalated. I know how it got escalated with Quad because I talk to Quad every day. Quad got mad when she said karma. She said, this is your karma. And Quad's mind went to the tragedy that happened to her at our house. Like, bitch, are you saying that what happened to me or me getting my DA, you know what I'm saying, what y'all want to call DV or whatever, happening to me was my karma? Like, bitch, where you going? Well, either way you saying it, it ain't sounding right to me. So
now, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
You know what? Where my mind went when she said it was her karma, and she kept saying, "You gave us your ass to kiss last year." This is where it took me. Where I said, "Wow, Simone isn't over." It took me back to when y'all went to see her the first time she was with the Sister Circle women, and some of y'all felt like she slighted y'all. Like, wait a minute, we was her sisters. Now they her sisters, and we kind of like got pushed to the side. That's where my mind went. I'm like, is she still mad about that? And she's saying that all of this is her karma because she basically threw y'all away at that point. And now we're hanging out, because she kept saying we're hanging out with people that mess with us. So that's where my mind went. And I couldn't believe that Simone had held on to that this length of time and going off like this.
I can't answer these questions for you. I know what Quad was thinking, where her mind went, and I know, you know what I mean? I'm not even sure. And maybe even Simone was talking about when we were in Napa, when we sent Quad home. You know what I'm saying? We sent Quad home. That was unfortunate. Maybe she was thinking about that. That was her karma. I don't know. I don't know which one. But because there was so many different things she could have been implying to Quad. And that's the great thing about reality TV. When we get the show, it's a different show that come on Bravo. And from what I'm hearing, Peacock is a little bit different too. So my whole thing is these people be going in based on who they like, who they resonate with. You know what I'm saying? But nobody knows the whole story. And if you look at it, anybody could go any which way based on what they thinking or what they going through or what they've been through in their life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Now I said this in when I did the review, that I felt like when Quad, and I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting for the day that Quad would say to Simone, I can't believe you're acting like this to me, because of the situation that when the stuff happened with her father, that's when Quad and Simone were like this. And I remember I loved seeing the camaraderie with the two of them at that time, because it was like such closeness, and it was warm to see women holding each other up like that. I knew at some point Quad was going to throw that back in her face. And I felt like, I said, well, because that seemed to really make Simone start screaming and yelling. And I said, no, baby, see, that's your karma for what you did last season. Because I had said last season, I would never have spoken to Simone again. Quad asked Simone to stop. And she
wanted to dispel the rumor that we all hang together after the cameras are down, because we don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like Dr. Mimi, but I see her. She comes to support my events. I talk to Quad all the time. We hang out. We go to lunch. I don't ever hang out with Toya. I hang out with Simone sometimes, but not as of late. And she probably mad about something. I don't know. But anyway, but I talk to Jackie and hang out with Jackie all the time. So everybody got their friends within the group of friends. You see what I'm saying?
And then
so I don't know why Simone would be so upset that Quad doesn't hang with her. I don't know. I can't answer it. But I'm saying all of us don't hang together like that. You know what I'm saying? I would love to think that we would all support each other if we actually had something. You know what I'm saying? But we don't.
Yeah. And just think about this, because this is how I looked at it, Dr. Heavenly. How could you even take that personally? Quad is she's a socialite for the most part. She's a socialite. She enjoys her life as a socialite. She fits into that. Why could you not understand her enjoying hanging out with a Selena Johnson or a Trina Braxton, somebody that's out there in that world of like music and partying and things, all things fun? You're a doctor. You're a doctor. What could she really do with you? Come to the office and meet you for lunch? And how many times a week do you not even get a lunch, Dr. Evelyn?
I never get a lunch because I work straight through because I leave early.
Exactly. Exactly. Why would you ever think that someone like Quad would not fit in better hanging out with a Selena Johnson as opposed to a Dr. Simone?
Yeah,
I
we
just
all live
couldn't
in
wrap
different
my
lifestyles.
mind around it like Simone. And I like Simone, but I'm like that mean. There's something so mean and so evil there. And it just came out. And I said, what did we not see? Because what we saw was horrible on Sunday.
It was real bad. I'm saying whatever y'all saw, put a 10 on it.
Okay. So did she put her hands on her?
No, but by
Okay, good.
right, based on what Dr. G has done, it could have been a charge for attempted assault. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because they taking folks to court
they
because you
take boys to
thought
court that
about
never
hitting
touched
me.
each other. So
Yeah, you thought about hitting me. I'm taking your ass to court.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I had a whole lot. Yeah. And then that was the other. I said, what is the trigger? I said, is it fatigue after y'all been there so many hours? Is it
A
liquor?
partial. We get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yes, and we're
And
there
then
to 6 or 7. Yes.
sipping. When we sipping, you're getting your feelings. And then people get liquid strings and liquid
That's why I don't
courage.
drink on set. Like, man, I'm not doing that. Y'all had that liquor. I do not drink on set. I really don't. I really don't drink outside of set either because my throat, I can't handle it. But on set, I got to know what I'm saying because I know
Yeah.
I got a little ticker anyway. So you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what that was about. I cannot explain that to you.
Okay. So let me ask you this on more of a personal level. Has the drama, because there's been a lot more drama lately, like the show is different. I ain't want to go and pull your leg. The show's different.
Yeah.
It's different. It looks different. It feels different. Is it bad? No, but it's different. Our show is different and it's moving along. Has the drama that goes on now resulted negatively in your business persona at all?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. No, no, no. I mean, get me wrong. Some people might hate me and never come see me, right? But at the end of the day, I have a boutique office. I do high-end procedures, right? People fly in all over the United States to see Dr. Heavenly because I do good work. And you can see that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that does not negatively impact me. But I did want to say that the difference in our show, and I think our show is that we all know each other, where you say friends, frenemies, whatever, and we have
Right.
history more so than any other show. So
That
everybody has in the back of their minds. And like to me, when Toya was on page 6 and she said I called her, I do not remember that. I do not remember that. And if I called her a prostitute, it was a joke in my mind. So people hold on to things that you said, and you hold on to things they said, but you forget about what you said. So everybody got history and they holding on to shit. Some things you know, some people you don't. And you know what I mean? And it's trigger words, gotta be. So I think that we all need some deep therapy. That's
so
what I'm
y'all
saying.
got
I'm glad
Dr.
Dr. Mimi is here. She need to go to work, baby. Cause all us got some deep shit. I mean, you could say my YouTube, whatever. Other people doing YouTubes too, and they been on other people's YouTubes, dogging people.
Right.
I don't see how YouTube is any worse than Watch What Happens Live, cause that's some messy shit. I don't see how YouTube's any worse than page 6 or whatever. I don't really. What
Baby.
I've learned is based on that last clip I saw of Simone and Sweet Tea. I only saw a clip, and they said something about me having enough time or whatever, and I clapped back, and then I looked at it, I said, "Oh, I did too much. I did too much. Let me take it back." Right? The stuff that makes the vlogs is skewed because I can sit here and say positive things and explain stuff all the time, and I can make one sentence, and that sentence will go live, but that's all they will see. So when they see
Absolutely.
Heavenly said this or that and the other, they offended, but they never saw what I said to defend them. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Contessa included. The people were asking me, was she getting her ass whipped? Is the man abused? I said physically, no. No. But I should have stopped there. But anyway, I think that people only see a small portion of it, just like y'all see a small portion of what happened. We film 5, 6, 7 hours sometimes, and y'all get 5, 6,
Right.
7 minutes. So they can't show everything. Everything's
Right.
chopped up, cut up, and it is what it is. But you know what? Y'all watching, y'all
Ab-
arguing about some shit y'all can't know the truth about. And that's it. And
Absolutely.
that's why I like to go live to give my side, at least what I can see. Because a lot of times I'm not filming with these girls. I don't know everything, but I know what I was told, and sometimes that's skewed as well. And I know what I saw.
What about Toya and Sweet Tea? Because it looked like things switched. They looked like a different thing altogether. Like they were cool. And by the time we got to the end, Toya was slick shading her and carrying on. And she was like cheerleading for her before. Was there something that we missed where Toya
At the reunion, because at the reunion, to
yeah,
me, Toya went on her from the very beginning. I don't know how it was cut up, but from
yeah,
the time they sat down
all
and we
through the
saw it,
right, all
I did.
through the reunion, she was getting her. I was like,
She was
oh,
tagging that ass.
what
She was.
happened?
But I honestly, I did not know until we sat down there, until after we sat down. Evidently, just like with me, Sweet Tea got on her vlog, right? And she said something to the, I'm paraphrasing, something to the fact that Toya wanted her to go against Quad all season. Now, mind you, I don't know what's true or what's not. I cannot prove what's true or what's not, right? I do know that post Sweet Tea, she says things that go in her mind, but I think they come out a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? I can give you some examples, but trust me on this. So Toya was offended because Toya and Quad are trying to be in a better place. They really trying hard.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so to throw that out there threw a wrench in that relationship that or could have. So Toya wanted to quickly correct it, like, bitch, I didn't need you to go in on Quad. Now, was it true initially? They wouldn't get along. I don't know. Maybe Toya said something to the source. But at that point in time, I don't know. But that's what Toya was pissed about. Why would you go? And my whole thought process was, Sweetie, you ain't got but 2 bitches on your side. Really, Phaedra gone.
Exactly.
Why start shit with Toya? Then start shit with Mimi. Like it did just doesn't make sense. Now I do the shit. I do it, but I can handle this shit. You know what I'm saying? But stay on stay on Quad. Stay on Heavenly right now. Don't go back on your own couch. It just didn't make sense to me. But what I would say this is, I ain't gonna say nothing bad about the little girl, but she's different from us in a lot of ways.
Yeah, okay.
That's a fair statement.
It is. I'm well, from our other I ain't team Sweet Tea.
Yeah.
I'm not team.
But a lot of people are. And I will explain it to you. A lot of people love the underdog. They like the underdog. They don't
But
want the
is
people that's
she
on
really
top.
the underdog, or is she really the underdog, or is it that she's picking fights with people she can't beat?
Both, but people don't see all the fights she's picking. I mean, y'all see some of it, but if you saw the intensity of the shit she do, you would understand why everybody going up against her. When you push Simone, when you tell Jackie to shut the fuck up, you tell Heavenly to get the fuck out of here, bitch, this my shit. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? What you just disrespectful, and you don't have no right to be. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Wait a minute, though.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? They just set up a scene.
That you brought it up. I have to say, when you were so done when y'all were away and everything happened, and she said whatever she said to you, and you got pissed off and went to try to get up and fell. I said, look at Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly,
I think if my knees didn't buck, that little girl would have hit me because she pushed Simone for less. So if my knees didn't buck up, me trying to get up quickly and I guess I was in the water and it was heavy on the water and I fell back. Had I not fell back, that girl would have hit me because I was cursing her clean the fuck out.
Yeah,
I was like, you nothing. I don't even know where all those words came from. But I was so pissed.
We of a certain age, and sometimes you just be moving and you don't be thinking about it, and you just topple right on over.
And then to say in her defense, I was very uncomfortable with the situation that was going on because in the back of my mind, I was thinking they finna blame all this shit on me, and I ain't got shit to do with it. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at Shireen curse Phaedra, Paulo saying all kind of shit about Phaedra and what she did, and I'm like, oh my god. So I'm sitting there and I'm like. And then Sweet Tea said, who invited a bitch? It ain't none of your fucking business. Who invited? I'm trying to tell y'all who invited. I almost said it. I ain't invite them mother tuckers. I was so uncomfortable because I was Phaedra is about to cry. These motherfuckers is doing this. And I'm like, oh my God, Phaedra, but I told her. And I'm so glad I got it on camera that I told that bitch, because that bitch would have rolled that I did not tell her. Because that's how she was rolling. And when Jackie brought it up to her, I was like, woo. That bitch was like, oh, that. Anyway, I was uncomfortable. So Sweet Tea got a lot of motherfuckers that she probably shouldn't have got because I was already on edge.
Right. Yeah. I was like, look, I said, she's too through. She's just too through. She can't even get herself together.
I was
She
done.
fell over in the water,
I
child.
was done.
I
I was
died.
already
I said,
done.
Lord have mercy.
I was
Lord
done. These are real emotions. Like the situations, to me, would I ever go on a damn sandbar with these motherfuckers? No. But the situations and the responses and the emotions are real.
And one thing that I like that y'all did bring through in the reunion is that you brought through more about Dr. Mimi. Do you know, I had to eat it up at the end. I had to backpedal and eat it up because I've been telling Dr. Mimi to shut up all season. I kept saying, who is this lady? Like, she's cute and all this stuff. So who
You
are
said
you?
the
You
same
don't
thing
know
about me the first
nobody.
season. Why don't she shut up? Who is this woman?
I said, shut up. Like, girl, you're cute, but shut up. Don't nobody know you. But by the time we got through, just the way that you all greeted her when she came through at the reunion, I said, oh my God, I was wrong. And that's me. Now, if I'm wrong, I will, like, when you told me that stuff the first time we met up, and you told me about Toya, I said, oh my God, I've been dragging Toya all this time. I owe an apology. And she probably never even seen it. But I felt better in saying it. With Dr. Mimi, I had to eat it up. I've been telling that woman to shut up the whole season. I was like, she don't know nobody. She's doing the most. And here it was, y'all had already embraced her, but we didn't really get to see it like that.
Because we don't got that much time to really,
I was like, what does she keep on talking for?
Can I say a few things about Dr. Mimi? Dr. Mimi,
Please
in
do.
my opinion, and I don't like too many bitches, especially the new ones, because they come on too strong. Mimi has been wonderful. She's done it the right way. She came in getting to know everybody personally. I've been out with her. Her husband is amazing. They have a beautiful business. They're psychiatrists, but theirs is a little different. They. I ain't saying nothing bad about Dr. J, but they shit is nice. Like you go on their shit, like she had a grand open. I'm like, golly, like she got the clientele that the people are paying. They not, you know what I'm saying? It's just a whole different vibe. And she carries herself like a psychiatrist. Like she doesn't say like, bitch, you crazy. When I first met, I was like, bitch, who are you? I already know I'm crazy. You ain't got to psychoanalyze me. I'm just playing. But she was in like heavenly. We all got work to do, darling. I had work myself. We had a conversation and I love Mimi. I ain't said that about no newcomer. I really, really like that girl. I really do. She's good.
She went around the room and said, Andy asked her, what do you think? She went around the room and she gave everybody her overview of them, and not one individual pushed back. And that told me everything that I needed to know about Dr. Mimi and each one of you all in the way y'all do things. And I had to issue that woman an apology because I told that woman to shut her goddamn trap.
It's the energy. It's the energy she gives. It's the energy. I'm telling you, it's God-fearing. It's the God-fearing energy that you really can't clap back. What you gonna say? She said, I need to get diagnosed with my inner child or something like that. Yes, bitch. Because it's in my inner child that I clap back hard. Same thing with Funky Dot Even. I don't have no rehearsed reads. You know what I'm saying? I don't. So maybe I should. Because
you shouldn't.
thing is gonna go to the juggler, and I'm trying not to say nothing. Y'all please leave me alone. I'm thinking, Contessa, please. She taking shots the whole Contessa. What y'all did not see with Contessa is Contessa called me Respucia. She kept taking shots about my dress. She said, my weight and stuff like that. And then when she said Respucia, and I was trying to think, who the fuck is Respucia? Then I thought in my mind, that's Eddie Murphy. What is it? Not the clumps, but
the other is
what's the name of it? Norbit. I couldn't even think of the name just now. Norbit.
Yeah,
So when she
the
said
one that says, you want to see a bitch come down the slide?
My ignorant tail, I'm looking at her Respucia, bitch. I know you not Respucia with your titties on different zip codes, bitch. You not finna do this. So I wasn't thinking about no breast cancer. But my whole thing is this. If she's gonna go down that route, which she is, that she had prophylactic, the bitch ain't never had no breast cancer. She's never had it, right? Prophylactic.
Right.
I can say I've had surgery too to prevent me from being fat. Okay, so it's preventing disease, high blood pressure, diabetes. Jackie tell me all the time. So I've had preventative work too and reconstructive work, bitch. And if you gonna call me Respucia, I can damn sure talk about your titties. That's all I got to say about it. Y'all can run with that. I ain't apologizing for that shit. Go ahead. She trying to make it about I would rather have these breasts than breast. Bitch, you didn't even really have to do that surgery. Let Simone them tell it.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
you
noticed
know, you
this.
did what you
I
thought you
think
should do. But I've had
Contessa,
reconstructive surgery as well, and I've had surgery as well, prophylactic.
Contessa kept on because there really wasn't anything going on. Like you were her storyline.
For
You were her
sure. And I'm gonna
storyline.
give it to her again. I'm gonna be up to her line again if I don't think about it. That bitch, if she talk about that brisket, I'm finna. Let me tell you
You
what else
ready
happened, because in the episode they said, she said something like, and you know, a lot of times I don't hear exactly what they're saying because they're sitting way over on the couch and they lower their voices. But she
right.
said something about me being miserable in my marriage, right? So you know, my read wouldn't have been her breast from that miserable, because I would have came directly what she was talking about. Contessa has filed for divorce at least 3-4 times, right? The whole story that I was talking about that they didn't play, or they might play it on Peacock, or they might play it on the third part, was I was like, Contessa, when you said you filed for divorce, separation, or whatever, you remember that scene where Quad said it and she said you could say it and they bum rushed the stage and all of that? I don't know if you watch
Mhm.
my vlogs, but according to Simone, she never filed for divorce. It was a lie. She never put a house up for sale. Remember, Scott was so confused, but we were
Mhm.
all so fed up with Scott, we thought he was lying.
Right.
Contessa lied, her house was never for sale. Now, right before we started filming, like maybe 6 months before that, she did file for divorce when none of us were around. She stopped the divorce decree maybe months before we started filming, so it didn't come out. Simone looked it up. You can ask Simone. I wouldn't look that shit up because I ain't got time, right? So that's what we were talking about when she said we're miserable. I'm like, bitch, if I'm miserable, at least I ain't filed for divorce no 3 times. Damon ain't that dang miserable. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the read would have been. It would have never been her breast. Her breast was because she was talking about my physical appearance. This is what y'all
Absolutely.
cut out. And this is why y'all be in such a rage. But I know y'all can only see what y'all see.
Right. And then something it happens. You know, because I hit hard. I
Yeah.
hit hard, and
You
people
know
don't
I
like.
do.
Yeah, people don't like it when I hit hard. It just kind of is what it is. But I don't know how to hit you soft. I don't. If you slap me, I'm gonna black your eye. That's just the way it
Maybe
is.
Mimi can help me go a little softer. But if I had rehearsed reads, I could do it a little softer. You know what I'm saying? But if you keep sticking at me and I'm saying, okay, bitch, I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to say, okay, I apologize to Sweet Tea. I'm tired of apologizing to these motherfuckers and they ain't apologizing to me. I ain't did this shit by myself. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, I apologize. Then she kept picking kickback. I said, but bitch, I would not talk about nobody appearance with them titties like that. I just wouldn't. That's all. Now she on a
Okay.
campaign where heavily talked about my pro. Bitch, you didn't have no breast cancer. You did not. My daddy had heart disease. I could say it was prophylactic surgery, so I didn't have heart disease. So fuck her. Anyway, excuse me, baby. I'm coming back. Sorry.
It's
I
all
just
right.
don't like how she plays the victim and she be lying. And the thing about it is she go and try to get everybody on her team. Quad. She's sitting in the car with Quad for 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, telling Quad everything I ever said about her. Some out of most of it out of context, some of it true. But I'm saying you trying to get everybody to hate me. Bitch, if you hate me and you can't hate your husband, bitch, you ought to have some forgiveness for me. You know what I'm saying? You ought to have some forgiveness for me. And then another thing came out when she said my husband was cheating. I was like, Contessa, you really don't want to go there, because Scott called Quad and told Quad, listen, there's a woman saying that I went to a hotel room with her and she's threatening to go to the blogs, right? All this was on the show. I don't know if they played it or not. They'd probably maybe play it, maybe not. Some Quad said, she told me, she said, she told Scott, listen, Scott, I don't know that blocker. Whoever it is, I don't know them. So what I need you to do is go talk to your wife, get your wife on your team, and then that's it. It came out. Contessa said, why would you say that? And she said, because I told your husband to get so all that came out. I don't know if they played it or not, but that's why she was saying, well, Damon, I can't do what the streets are saying. So anyway, long story short, Contessa, I had to eat her ass up, but they didn't play it. So, you know what I mean? Whatever. If they playing it, they might play it, but they got the footage. That's why I say contestants don't lie, because they'll show that footage, bitch. They will.
Yeah, they will. Oh, I always, and anytime I'm doing a review, I'll be like, oh, shady brother Andy. When he runs them, he'll wait until you telling a lie real good and run the footage over top of you telling the lie. I'm like, Lord have mercy. So
Yeah.
yeah, he'll get you with that. He will get you with that. Now, I'm gonna say this is shady, but I am going to say this. I want to know, do you think that Contessa was trolling us with them clothes? Or is she really wearing these clothes and really thinking these clothes are appropriate for these
Now I know
things?
I'm wrong to say, and I know I'm on your channel. Listen, everything about a Contessa's appearance, and she's a beautiful girl. You cannot take that from
Yes,
her.
she is. She really is built like a brick
Everything she
shit.
does, from her makeup to her reconstruction, she don't spend no money. You got to get this shit
Well,
done right. That's just like going downstairs and getting them veneers from the boy say he in the basement. You get what you fucking pay for. Toya got beautiful breasts, but I'm sure she put a pretty penny on them, brother Tucker. Them
yeah.
clothes. She buying cheap shit. I don't even know where she get that shit from. That ain't even Fashion Nova, because I do Fashion Nova, and Fashion Nova don't look like that. That's Timu or some shit. I don't know. But I do know that Contessa is very cheap. Anytime we have food, she grabs all the food and puts it up and says she taking it to the kids. She just really frugal like that. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with it, but sometimes it becomes
No,
very tacky. Tacky.
Dr.
It just
Heavenly.
is. Like we in a nice restaurant and she getting everybody food. It's just tacky.
Dr. Heavenly.
I swear to God, I don't be lying.
I
I
know
do
you
not
can
be
just
lying. I don't
tell
care what
me.
nobody say. I don't be lying about nothing.
So you're just
Nothing.
telling me that this
Either I
woman.
don't know, or they didn't
Oh,
show, or they don't care what happened in the hood. I don't be knowing, or I be telling y'all exactly what the fuck happened. Toy did not pay for the Met Gala. Phaedra money was late. I did tell Phaedra everything. Everything I tell y'all be true.
oh,
Contessa came on my YouTube channel talking about Scott only got mad with me when she decided to stay. And then got mad with me the whole fucking season. Ain't said shit to Scott. No wonder why she was a friend. Come on now, y'all. Y'all can't do me like this. I'm not gonna shut up. What you want from me, Spill It Boy?
did you just tell me that this woman be at events packing plates
Yes.
for her children?
Yes.
Help
Yes.
me, somebody.
That's why I say it ain't that it's reconstructed, sir. It's that you went to the cheap route. You could have got this shit done better. You
Okay.
could have. Toya
All right.
titties beautiful. I was like, Toya, let me see your titty. Let me touch them, bitch. They look so good. And I want to correct one thing. She said that I had the most work. I ain't had the most work. Toya has had the most work. She worked on that ass at least 3 times. She had 3 surgeries on her ass. Then she had her titties done. She had a tummy tuck. Ain't no way in hell I had more work than Toya. That ain't true.
Toya look good though, but
She
I
looked
thought
damn
now,
good, but she paid for that shit. I'm telling you, put your
yeah.
money on what you want. If you want pretty teeth, pay for it.
I said if she could buy them ugly purses and spend all that money on it, she could buy her some booty, buy her some boobs,
It
whatever,
looked good
however you
though. You
want.
get what you pay for. She looked amazing.
And I think you look good. I'm gonna give you that compliment. The work you got done, I think it was done very tastefully. And I will tell
Thank
you,
you,
man.
Dr. Nia Banks. She's in Washington, D.C. Dr. Nia Banks, she's a plastic surgeon. I started to say Case Western. She went to one of the prestigious schools. I can't think of what it is now, but I'll tell you
That's
later.
what's up.
But
I'll
Dr.
look it
Nia
up and
Banks.
put the information in my box in the video
I
so people
love
can
a
see that.
beautiful, intelligent, educated black woman. That's what Dr. Nini is. Dr. Nia. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I really like Dr. Mimi. She's made a very good impression on me. And I don't say that about too many people.
No, you don't.
And she might not even like me. She might, I don't know what angle she come to. I'm telling you what my impression of her is.
I thought she was pretty genuine. I did. I thought she was. I always thought she was genuine. I think she's beautiful. I think she looked good at the reunion. Her dress, didn't fit the
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 thing.
the
I liked
theme,
her dress, but
but
who am
it
I?
was
I don't
giving me
know.
Little Mermaid. It was giving me Little Mermaid, and it was cool. It was Disney's
Somebody
princess.
said I look like a mermaid. I don't know. I thought my shit was cute, but anyway.
No, it was different. I didn't.
How did you
The
like
necklace.
Simone's dress? Did you like Simone's dress? I'm just asking because people got
Simone's
mad for
dress was a. See, we're talking about cheap. It was a version, a bad fit version of what she was trying to do. It needed fitted. All of the mesh needed to come off and be replaced with new mesh because everything mesh didn't fit. That's why everything else was moving. That dress should never move. It should never move. It should have fit her, and it should have never moved. It was the mesh, and it's
See, I
stretchy.
didn't even know that. All I knew was this shit right here should have been the flesh color, correct? You weren't even supposed to
Uh-huh.
see that part. And then all that
Absolutely.
shit up here, it just really bothered me.
Yeah,
It
that's
really
what it
bothered
didn't
me.
look like. It was custom made. It looked like it was off of the rack.
Not off the rack, but off the Goodwill rack. But anyway, I ain't
See,
talking about it no
you
more.
know,
But
see,
then,
see, you
okay, let's look at Sweet Tea dress. Did you think that Sweet Tea dress was pretty? Cause I just felt like it was too big. It was not. I don't know. Am I being biased? Cause you know what I'm saying. Maybe I'm biased.
no, Sweet Tea's dress is cute for one of the mothers of the church. It was too old for her, and it was the wrong type of dress for her, and it was definitely too old. It gave bumpkin. It just did not. It didn't work. It just didn't work. I thought her hair was cute. Her hair was cute, and it was young. You know what I mean? That worked, but the dress was just too old. It's too old.
But tell me this, okay? When I first saw Contessa's dress, I thought she looked beautiful. But then when I look back, when I was watching her and me and her were going at it, maybe it was in my mind that I just didn't like her at that point. But then she looked like her makeup was just cheap, like she had got it done 3 days before. Her hair was, I just didn't see that look. And then her stuff was hanging all down. And if you saw where she was sitting, her dress was all open. You could see damn near her privates. It was just a mess.
It wasn't customized. It wasn't customized. Contessa she's long. She's long. Her torso is long. She's statuesque. And that's what the problem was with the dress. The bodice of the dress wasn't long enough. She needed at least another inch and a half in this part of the dress. That's why it was rested so far down on her breast. It looked like she needed to pull it up. But
Now
it was
I
a
love
beautiful
Toya's
dress.
dress. Now a lot of people might thought it was too much,
Toya
but when
was
she sat down, I just thought that was. I thought it was beautiful. I ain't no fashionista. I'm just telling you what I like and what I don't like, and I can't explain why. But when she sat down, I was like, oh my God, that looked like she spent $50,000. It looked like it was taking over the whole couch. It just overtook the couch, and it was more Met Gala, if you will,
absolutely.
ish. It wasn't Bridgerton, but it was so beautiful to me. That dress to
It was.
me.
She looked like a fairy princess. And it was. And that's what I was talking to you about before, earlier. Toya's dress sat well. It sat well. It looked better when she was sitting down than it did when she was standing up. And
I
it
would agree with
gave
that.
me, I used to go, again, I went to school for fashion, Dr. Everly. That's what my degree is in.
Okay,
But
well then you know better than me.
yeah, Toya's dress put me right in mind of the Ebony Fashion Fair. If you remember the Ebony Fashion Fair back in the day, I used to go every year, and that's what I thought of the first. But it sat well. She looked absolutely beautiful. She was
She
stunning.
did. She did. You can't take
And
that away from her.
Claude,
She did. But
I
I didn't
thought
know why
Claude
she
was
kept lighting
clean
up
too.
Sweet Tea. I was like, damn. I thought this side was supposed to be on this side. And they arguing on their own team.
Sweet Tea was on her own side, and she was tripping.
And
She
poor
was
Contessa
tripping.
was trying to help her all she could, but I don't know. Anyway.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Let me
Okay.
ask you this, and I have a question. The very last question. I'm gonna hold off on it.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna be letting you go in a minute because it's been almost an hour. It's
Okay.
been almost an hour. You know, I don't hold you that long. Do you feel, because I've been hearing this, do you feel that there is a spot where Mariah would fit into it these days?
Y'all keep asking me that. I mean, I can't deny that Mariah was intriguing. She really was. She was good and she was great TV. However,
Come on.
the mistakes that she made are political. Y'all be saying we get rid of Brother Tuckers. We don't get rid of them. We don't. We don't make the decision. I think that her situation was more legal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you press charge, I mean not press charge. Oh Lord, when you file suit against people, they're not gonna hire you. I wouldn't hire them back at Heavily. Smile, but not
Absolutely.
Heavily. But
Absolutely.
sometimes people get so big that they don't understand that they're biting their nose to spite their face. At the end of the day, we still employees or independent contractors, whatever you want to call it. I think she thought she was more than what she was. And that's just true to you. She would come in there and say, Toya, you fired. Anyway, my whole thing is this.
Only
She
one
would
get
have
away
been
with
great,
that
but
is
I don't think
Shawnee.
it's never gonna happen. I really don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, only one get away with that kind of stuff is Shawnee O'Neal.
I mean, and I think she owned the show for real, like for real,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she told that girl.
I
She
think
said,
Mariah was
the
more of a
services are no
silent
longer needed.
EP.
Right. She created. And that was
Yeah.
wonderful. Okay. And I see them in the chat. They asked, they're saying, this is the same question she asks us all the time. I know it is. And I have to throw a few of those in there because those are the questions. I don't care. You know, I am not Team
Right.
Mariah. I wouldn't care if she don't even watch the damn show. But I asked the question because a
But the
lot of
interesting thing
people
is she
have that.
is watching it from what I heard.
Oh, yes,
Somebody said
absolutely. And
she's
why wouldn't
responding.
she? And why wouldn't she? I told you this
I
before.
wouldn't watch
I
it
have
if I
that
was her, bitch.
mode.
If I created a show and you put me off it, I wouldn't watch that shit.
I
I would be
would.
done.
I would. And the first time y'all make a mistake, baby, I drag y'all, honey. I
Baby,
would.
that's it.
I'm
But
petty.
baby, you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
petty.
I put my
I'm
energy
petty.
elsewhere. I wouldn't watch it if I was with her. But anyway.
All right. Toya's party. Toya's
Toys party,
party.
toy party, toy party, toy party.
The, the,
Okay.
the, the whole Baroque theme, the
Oh, I was
whole
talking about the party for the
Bridgerton.
purse. Oh, you talking about the
No,
Bridgerton party.
not
Got
that.
it.
That was ridiculous. I felt like that was just a filler.
And
Y'all just didn't
you
have
know
that
what?
much.
Toya got mad that I said that she did not pay for the Met Gala. And then the next episode, she throws a party for a purse. You wouldn't give this man, he done did a whole speech about how his wife died having childbirth or whatever. We raising money for mortality, infant mortality, or no, maternal mortality.
Yeah.
Got Glenda Hatchett up there. This bitch. And in the next episode, she spent 20. I ain't telling nobody how to spend their money, but it was just put in the wrong place. Hey, she had a party for her purse after or before went out at the end. I don't, but right after, it bothered me. That's and I ain't count nobody money. I can't tell people how to spend it. But if we
Right.
giving back, that's one of the purposes of our group is to give back to the community. And it's our obligation. That's how I feel.
Absolutely. Now, at her party, the whole you could come for this part, but you can't come for that part.
Yeah.
Would you, if it was you in those shoes, would you and Dr. Damon would have come for the party for the cocktail hour because you're not getting along with Contessa and Scott? Would you have showed up at all? Would you to come in just for the cocktail hour and then you and Dr. Damon punch it and leave when the real party gets started?
Well, I
Would you
will
have
say
done
this
that?
one thing. I will say this one thing. I remember Contessa saying that we are all adults and we can all be in the same room together, right? But
Right.
I also remember saying, Contessa saying, Scott is not here because she's so mad and heavily at the Met Gala that he don't even want to be around here. So y'all got double standards and y'all keep
I
moving the
caught it.
goalposts and y'all say what the fuck work at that point. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we all do. But y'all make excuses. Okay. The whole point, I'm gonna break the fourth wall on this. The whole point of us separating each other, even if you look at Contessa's diabetes event, I had a heart out. We were only there for the first half. Now, mind
Right.
you, the first half seemed like the whole thing because me and Quad make the fucking show. That's what I'm gonna say. And after that, it was kind of boring because Phaedra them came, Toya them came, all of them came after, but she kind of cut off after we left, and then they talked to the men. Anyway, long story short, we had to leave before they got there because again, the story was Dr. G contacted the police. Now, later on, I found out that there is no such a charge as attempted assault in the state of Florida where he called the police at. But there is a certain thing in the state of Georgia, who would have known that,
Right.
as attempted assault in Georgia, but not in Florida. So evidently, he did call the police. There was not a charge there. However, somebody went to HR in Bravo and told them that the police were contacted. So at that point, they said that King could not film initially. Then they said he could not film with them, right?
Right.
So then every scene after that, they had to separate out Quad and King and Dr. G and Sweet Tea. And I just so happened to say it, I'm rolling with Quad. If Quad ain't coming, I ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that happened. Even with the reunion, he said he needed 2 security guards or he wasn't coming.
Oh,
So they got him
baby.
2 security guards, but then they played his ass because they isolated his ass because they know wasn't that serious. He got in that man's face. Boy, I want you to do, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to do. Yes, I told her to shut the fuck up. Yes, I said it. Now people keep saying he didn't say shut the fuck. He did. I heard it. He said it. He said it. Shut the fuck up. But in the back, people were thinking that he was talking to his wife because he was screaming at his wife. He was like, stop talking, be good, stop talking. Cecil got in front of them. Quad and them turning around because Quad talking her shit because she drunk. When Quad, I can tell you about that scene. To me, it was funny as hell. The reason it was funny is because when we sat down to vibe check, right? And they
Mhm.
got these, and I got these messy ass questions to ask these people. They weren't messy at the beginning, but as you look back, they got more fucked up as we went. I didn't even get to the fucked up question. So I'm looking at it like this. And so I was asking simple questions like, bitch, I don't know why I would even ask how many times y'all had sex. When Quad say throw that ass in a circle, I was good because I was like, I ain't got to carry this fucking scene. I can do this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to carry this shit.
She
Quad,
was
do your job.
carrying
Go to
on.
work, bitch. She turned around. She said, girl, he kind of lied that my man would never talk to me like I got my whole fucking life. I don't care what y'all say.
Quad was cutting up terrible at
Quad
that
was
moment.
cutting the fuck up, but
It
she
went
gave
on
y'all what
longer
y'all
than I
wanted.
thought it would before somebody got in their feelings. She was cutting a fool.
It was
In
so
that
good. It was so good to me. It was so good. Y'all asked for it, y'all wanted, and she gave it to you. She did.
But again, you knew again. I've been watching her a long time. I've been looking at this lady, and not just on the show, other places and how she moves. I knew she was going to get her lick back.
She was
I
gonna
don't know
get
where
it.
y'all think she's Quad Webb is going to always get
She
her lick
waiting
back.
on it. She waiting on it.
Always. She's
When
going to
she
give you
said
a
throw that
moment.
ass in a circle, I got my whole life because I just sat back and watched the Quad show.
She know
That's
how to
what I
do it.
did.
She know how to get the camera right here and make. She know how to do it. She knows how to do her
She
job.
got that shit. She did that shit. She did all of that. I was like, oh. And then from there on, the whole the rest of the season was about that.
It really
And
was.
Sweet Tea thing didn't do shit wrong. She got blamed by her husband. It was all your fault. That little bitch didn't do nothing other than, she didn't do anything other than what everybody was thinking. We were thinking now, I don't know if it's true or not, but she was like, ain't nobody sleeping, having sex no 15 times a week. I'm tired. I know I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So when she said that, I was thinking like this bitch like, but you know, she say she not, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But she said what she was thinking and it came out of her mouth. She wasn't trying to be mean. She was like, nah, they just lying. They ain't having no. She was laughing initially. The only person that had a problem was Dr. G, but I didn't see him. Damon saw him. So when I started laughing, Damon kept telling me to stop laughing. And I was like, Damon, why can't I laugh? He said, look at Dr. G. Then Toya said it. Toya said, I feel uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Dr. G, do you ever? Then that's when all the shit blew up. I said, Toya,
Because the
Toya,
truth
Toya,
of the
Toya.
matter, the truth of the matter, the truth of the matter, the truth as I see it, I don't care how much of this goes on. If Quad is having sex 15 times in a week, Dr. G wants to have at least 10 of them times with her. Dr. G is not over Quad.
And
And
I've
he
been
ain't,
saying that. I've been saying that since
he
day
ain't no
one. When he
fool.
hugged her at the last year's Met Gala, that ninja seemed like he saw a ghost.
Yeah,
And
his whole body
if she
got
wanted him
stiff.
back, she could have had him right then.
Right.
And
I
that's
mean,
why she
and
said,
I
I
get it.
gave you my scraps. She said to that girl to her face, I gave you my scraps.
She really did.
Where's the
You
lie?
literally, you ran behind me and you got in my life. You wanted my life, my old life, and you literally are rocking around wearing my old panties. Like, girl, get
I
out
don't
of
see how
here.
any of y'all see this any differently. If y'all don't see how I do it, you don't resonate with certain people, and you will never, probably some people will never resonate with me. But I'm who I am, and I'm gonna be who I am. You
Period.
keep picking with me, I do go low. That's a Miami trait. That ain't no childhood shit. We all did that. We used to joke. You gonna pay me to do some shit I learned how to do in junior high school?
Listen, welcome to Spillitboy TV.
Hey, come on now. We used to joke hard. That's why I don't be that offended. We joke hard. But now Damon don't like it when people say stuff about me. He don't like it when people say stuff. He don't like it. But you know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? You say something about my man cheating, I'm saying, bitch, I buy him some ass. Because at the end of the day, if he that good of a fucking man, he can have some ass. I make sure it's clean. I make sure it's tested. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing like that. But Damon don't like that shit. He be like, nah,
Right.
that's my credibility. I don't like this shit. I'm like, bitch, if I don't care, why do you do? He said, as a doctor, I don't feel like that's right. So let that
Yeah,
man
he's
be
not.
him. Let me be
He,
me.
no
And he loves
nonsense.
my dirty draws, and I love his, and let us be.
And
Okay?
that's how it's supposed to be. If
And
it
my
ain't like
boys ain't
that,
in jail
Dr.
because I
Heavenly, I
just
don't
called them.
want
I just called my babies ain't in jail or nothing.
it. I'm
And
glad
I ain't
that
got
got
no
cleared up.
goddamn illegitimate damn step kids either. Yeah.
That's a mess.
All the
It
shit
is
that
a
y'all saying
mess.
about Dr. Damon can't be proven, but the shit I know, there's proof.
Mess. Pure mess.
Messy. And it's more to come, baby. Tune in to season 12. Married to Medicine is coming soon.
So you just killed my whole last question, because my last question was that there's rumors circulating that this may be the end for Married to Medicine. And I couldn't see it because of the explosion of we still got a
Look at
whole
our ratings
nother
compared to
episode.
Housewives. Now, understand this. Now, when we are a reunion, of course, reunion shows get more views. But there's no way in hell, with all the promotion that they've had, that we should even have more viewers than they ever. They got the right time slot. Our shit is the people watching.
Right.
They
Right.
watching, but it's the history, and you can't leave the core four or the Fab Five. You can't leave them behind. Not one of them, because everybody plays a point, and everybody have a good season. Everybody have a bad season. It's all about who
Absolutely.
y'all like, and y'all so fickle. Y'all will love me tomorrow and hate me the next day. So I don't take it too seriously. Talk your talk, but keep watching.
And I think right there is enough. What you think?
That's it. That's all you can say. Tune in
That's
to part
it,
3
man.
of the Married to Medicine reunion as it continues and it concludes next Sunday, 9 o'clock on Bravo TV. The next morning at Peacock. Watch it on both places because they show different shit on different ones.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that you would like to say, Dr. Heavenly?
Now, I love you guys. I thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to SpillitBoy's channel. He's working hard out here. And I love these YouTube streets, but y'all can't believe it. Just like y'all can't believe what's going on in the White House, y'all can't believe what's on these YouTube streets, baby. Thank
Baby.
you, SpillitBoy.
All right, Dr. Heavenly.
Have
Have
a
a
good
great
night.
night. Thank you for coming
All
over.
right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, baby.
All right, you got listen. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it like you do. She come in there and show out every time she show up. That was Dr. Heavenly Kimes of Married to Medicine. We got one more episode to go. It's this Sunday. Listen, be there. I'm going to be there, and I'll definitely be on top of y'all with my review after the show is over. Thank y'all so much for coming over. I love you for real, and I will see y'all on the flip side. See y'all. Have a great night.